No, this was a fan film, The People's Joker. Of course, it got pulled, and Warner Brothers was like, uh, bleh, copyright. Bleh, 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 bleh. I know you're doing something creative, but stop it. You know. And I get it. I get it. Copyright, stuff like that, whatever. So it got pulled from some festival or whatever, but now, of course, the creator is determined to get it out there for everybody. Um, YouTube. I mean, just put it up on YouTube. You know, you'll get a DMCA, but, you know, it'll give people an opportunity to, get it and disseminate. You know, it's kind of weird. No, it's just like Warner Brothers they're getting on my nerves, is what's happening, is because they got rid of Batgirl, right? They pulled a bunch of stuff from their streaming services, et cetera, et cetera. Most of you know what's happening. Now, the DC universe for them is kind of in shambles. They're trying to glue it back together somehow. The Snyder Cut was awful for my tastes. And I'm just like, let the fans do it. Because I feel like the fans are going to do better. I really do. I really feel like if you get some nerd, geeked out fan who's really into stuff and you give them a budget, it doesn't got to be a big budget. They can just make their own film. They probably won't even charge you. They'll be like, don't worry about it. I'll kickstart it. I'll make my own movie. It'll be beautiful. People will like it. And again, every company should have a fan universe on their streaming platform. And just label it such, you know? Put before the film, this is a work of fan fiction. It's not lore. It's not canon. It is not endorsed by the company. It has nothing to do whatever. But we feel for fans who have the passion to make something of this whatever caliber, we want to showcase it. That's what I would do. Fans would love it. And you know what? You split the profits. You split the profits. 50-50, right down the middle. Boom. They're using your IP, but they created the whole thing. You didn't have to sink a penny into it. It is quite literally free money and exposure for all these fans who are probably really good. If anybody has seen there was a Darth Vader fan film, which was so good, it frightened Disney. They were like, we got to take this down. And of course, there was, community backlash. So they did inevitably back off and whatnot. But there's that, the Obi-Wan Darth Vader lightsaber fight from A New Hope that somebody inserted into, the original film, just so the lightsaber battle wasn't like an old guy trying to hit, a giant samurai with a newspaper. It was done well. And dude, that stuff should be it should be in there, make a fan section, share the profits. It's more content. All you schmucks want, like all these companies, all they want is more. We need more content. They're trying to consolidate it all. They're taking it off of Hulu, Netflix, Paramount Plus. You can't watch Star Trek anywhere because it's, all locked behind Paramount Plus now. Used to be on Netflix, and as all these licenses expire, they're just hoarding all this content now just to say, we have this. We have this. Do that with the fan stuff. Just say, look, we have this. All the Batman stuff. Put it on HBO Plus under a fan section. Same thing with Disney. Even Netflix. If people do Stranger Thing fan fictions, toss it on there. Why not? What's the problem? It might detract from the views for our shows. You're still making money. And you didn't have to invest anything. Like, okay, look, this right here. I don't even know if this is good. So I'm not defending the quality of it. I don't know. Could be crappy. Okay. But I guarantee you they didn't get any money from Warner Brothers making this, right? So Warner Brothers didn't have to invest anything. And if they're worried about diminishing their IP and tarnishing its history with fan stuff. Yo, you already destroyed your IPs. They're all broken. They're laying there in a waste, and you're just piecing them back together with reboot after reboot, hoping something sticks. You know? The Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, that stuck. You lucked out. You know? The Batman with Pattinson. It worked. You lucked out. Aquaman, come on, dude. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Suicide Squad, maybe the one by James Gunn was good, but I didn't even watch that yet. So I'm just like, because I have no interest in it now. But I don't know. Something's got to be done. There's got to be a good way to handle it, you know? That would be amazing. That would print money for them. Essentially, yeah. Zero, again, zero financial risk and basically all passion from the people making it. You know, the actors, the writers, the directors. You basically have free, passionate material people really wanted to make. And they could be selective. You know, Warner Brothers has every right to be like, watch this and be like, this isn't really that good. You know? And maybe if something in its essence is really good and it just needs a little bit of tweaking, you know, maybe some After Effects, whatever. Then you say, look, we're going to help you a little bit, right? And we can make this film a little bit better. And instead of a 50-50 cut, it would be a little bit more for Warner Brothers because they have to put some money into it now. I think certain fans would be like, maybe, you know, maybe that'll be a thing. And I think as business goes, that's pretty fair, you know? I've always been a 50-50 person, you know? I get it. But when it ends up being like, you know, 20-80 in favor of the company that's not doing anything, then it's kind of weird. I don't know. I just, for me, it's bothersome that there's that legal whininess about it, you know? And believe me, I understand IPs and stuff like that. Like, could you maybe not do that? You know? But you can't just throw out all the fan stuff because some of it's pretty crappy. I've seen some really crappy fan fiction for Batman and a Joker and Superman and all this other crap. I've seen terrible crap. But the good stuff, you can cherry pick it, you know? Cherry pick it, fan section. Easy enough. But I don't want to. Shut up, Warner Brothers. I wouldn't even say the filmmaker of this, right? Where is it? I wouldn't even, like, hypothetically, contract-wise, just to make sure things are even and whatever. Warner Brothers IP, right? The filmmaker paid to make the movie themselves or Kickstarter or whatever. Okay. I would say, even if they wanted to stick in their contract, and I would consider this fair, that the maker of the film doesn't even get a chance to, like, they don't recoup expenses. Like, I spent, you know, $100,000 making this film, so I expect that back if you're going to use it. No, because then that would be the fee for the licensing that they used for the fan film. Seems fair. And then it becomes a 50-50 thing. So, again, there's no money put out. You just got to make sure everything's kind of legally, you know, on the up and up and whatever. And profit sharing. It's so simple and it's free money for everybody. You know, but people are just Warner Brothers, you're not Nintendo, okay? You don't need to be that, you know, vice-stricken with your iron grip on your IPs, okay? Batman's been around for 80 years. Hey, shouldn't he be in a public domain by now? Chat.